All right. The backup deck isn't the most exciting, but I'm personally very excited to play it. This is 8-key combo with Mycosynth Gardens, or as I'm going to clickbait in the title, 12-key combo. Because the most common target for the Gardens, I think, is just get another key in play. It's a deck we've played a lot of. Very simple. Very simply, though, like, the more keys in play, the better. You're able to untap your Mana Rocks, your Chalices, and your Astral Cornucopias. You're able to untap Power Conduit, Coretapper, Mystic Forge. And sometimes you can also, like, copy something that's dying in response, but mostly you can also copy Power Conduit as, like, an okay target, but mostly you're here trying to copy your keys. And additionally, I always forget that Gardens can tap for mana. So like Gardens is a filter land instead of a land that taps for any color, but I think you can count it as a green source for Ancient Stirrings, and so like playing these doesn't cost you too much as far as the mana base goes too. Oh, this hand's sick. Oh, I've missed this deck. I've really missed this deck. This deck is just something special, huh? That doesn't mean you about another round to start it. There's delay on Magical Line starting the round, is why. I think Anvil's better. Yeah, it's comparable. I think so. Like I think that this deck is faster and like maybe more powerful overall, but the Anvil deck is like much more resilient. Is always the big trade-off there. Playing this now to play around Spell Pierce, Thoughtseize, Grief. What did I change other than the Stonebrain? The big change is we are playing Mycosynth Gardens in the deck now, which is, I think, an upgrade to the archetype for sure. Fun card. Yeah, for sure, for you. Although I don't think the Stonebrain was there last time too, I thought. Yeah. So next turn we're likely going to go Saga, Tapper, on Cornucopia, cast Power Conduit, and then move... Oh, okay, well... So they probably have a Force of Negation, if they're going to, like, have tanked that long. So I could definitely not sack my Coretapper right now. I think I'm going to. My opponent's also just kind of playing slow in general. Like they could just be trying to understand what's going on. They might not have Force of Negation. I could have also, I guess, baited with Surge Node, but the Conduit's really good this turn because I can keep my Sagas around. Yeah, but hopefully they're just reading, or don't force it. Yeah, it's also like Force isn't the end of the world. I could actually maybe make tokens this game. We'll see what we draw for turn. This could be just like a Saga token game. Game 1 against Rhinos is a good time to go for that. They do force Pitchfire Ice, which is okay. I can actually make 2 Saga tokens because I can go Cornucopia, make a Saga token, get a key, play Gardens, use key to untap key Gardens, untap here, make a second token off this Saga. Seems fine. And I didn't draw like a payoff or anything. Yeah, game 1, the token plan is usually pretty good against Rhinos. It's really not a plan you go on too often in this deck, but if you can be on it, it is, you can make a lot of tokens. You can maybe get another Saga with the map also. Usually get like Inventors Fair with map, so it's like a Saga target that can give you a payoff if you have tons of mana. Can also get you a Boseiju. Rhinos is historically one of the worst matchups, though. The combination of Force of Negation, Force of Vigor, and a fast clock, and like sometimes Leyline Binding is like really bad. So if we could win game 1, I also deck tech, so no ideas going. Yeah. So this deck tech was mostly an update to a deck we've played a lot of. So just as like an actual, I guess, explanation of what's going on here, this is a fast artifact combo deck that is using the Dice Factory mana package of Surge Node, Coretapper, Power Conduit, Cornucopia, Everflowing Chalice to generate tons of mana, combo off, win the game, take infinite turns with Magistrate Scepter, is the main way you win. You also have, Saga token plan B. The Power Conduit that my opponent force of negation could have pulled a counter off the Saga every single turn to allow me to just like keep the Saga around, which would have been really hard for my opponent to beat, but unfortunately for us, they had the force. Okay, so let's get another key. And then I'm definitely going to select the map and play Saga, but I also want to... Can I Surge Node? So I can go untap here. 3 total mana. I don't think I can, right? But I can go... Crack... I can still put a counter on the Cornucopia, so I can go crack map for a Saga... Play Saga, play Surge Node, put a counter on the Cornucopia. So we have a ton of mana. We're going to be making more tokens. They have another force, maybe? If we attack with both of our constructs here, we're basically trading... one construct for 1 Rhino and 6 damage. Which could be fine. But my constructs are also about to be... larger and in charger, and I think game 1 more patience is fine. I'm also like totally okay with I guess that's 7 damage at the resolve. I'm very okay with that force. Can maybe give it like 1 construct unblockable next turn. We'll see. Yeah. No attacks. I do have Suspend coming down next turn. Suspends another Footfalls. Pretty good draw from them. No cards left in their hand, though, so that's really good to know. I think they really should not have played this. Now I just know I don't have to play around anything. And now I can make my constructs 8/8s, which is a really key number, because if they're double blocking, they are double trading. Oh, right. Yeah, we should have left this up to grow the constructs. So I haven't played a ton with this card yet. That's okay. We're also still winning by a lot. Can you make unblockable? Unblockable, I could make 1 unblockable. It doesn't matter because they're like just not blocking one of them anyways. So I think it's just better to make a construct and get in. Do you have a favorite deck or archetype to play in Modern? No, I don't. I like to do new stuff all the time. This has been my full-time gig for almost 3 years. I'm coming up on my 3-year full-time anniversary in May. And been streaming longer than that, been playing Magic longer than that, and I just can't stay very interested. I can't stay very interested unless I'm doing new stuff all the time. So I think I could bring in the Welding Jar for a map in this matchup. Usually leave Chalice to get with Karn. Could bring in Chalice. Karn could be a little slow. Could also be fine. Like you could play Karn on turn 2 or 3 pretty often. Is this a new brew archetype? This is a we're playing Mycosynth Gardens in an older brew. This is a deck I've actually played a lot of on stream. This was brewed between, let me just think of the era. It was between Kamigawa and New Capenna, I think. Whenever that really long gap in sets was last year, between spring and fall. There was a lot. We had like 6 months between new sets, and we had 4 really good brews in that era. We had this deck. We had the Witch's Cottage Aether Mage's Touch deck. We had. Can y'all help me out? What were the other 2? There are 2 more really iconic. Oh, was it? Yeah, Bant Soul Herder was one of them, and then there was maybe the. I almost had it. Yeah, the Time Sieve food deck, where like I think the 4 big stand-up decks from that long downtime period of new cards. This one specifically is very fast, very explosive, and very consistent combo deck. So the idea is that you are building a ton of mana by putting counters on Cornucopia Chalice. You are taking infinite turns with Magistrate Scepter. You're going through your deck with Mystic Forge, and you have your fast mana Karn combo deck too. You also have the Saga token beatdown plan. You have the Power Conduit Urza Saga synergy, where you can take the third counter off Saga, put an artifact into play, and keep your Saga around every single turn. That's really powerful. It is true that this deck is, weak to super efficient artifact hate, which has definitely been it's also a really good Cavern of Souls deck. We even get to go turn 1, Power Conduit Saga. Oh, wow, this hand is sick. And I think Mycosynth Gardens is a nice upgrade for the shell, which is why we're playing here. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I feel like it's a good backup deck day to add Gardens to the shell, find some new lines. Coffers and Anvil were good. Yeah, I don't think that those were in that era, but yeah, we got some good decks, Although Gardens is getting pitched here. So yeah, we actually get to go turn 1. Chalice, Power Conduit, Surge Node. We get to play our entire hand here, which is going to be weak to Force of Vigor, if they have that, but that's okay, because you have a hard time beating that card anyways. And honestly, if they maybe they just force the Saga right now. Oh, I can also play Coretapper first. You have Gardens as a place in Amulet, or is it? No, it does for sure. It's good in the deck. It's just not that it doesn't make the deck broken like people were acting like it did. Just a fine addition. Do you prefer Esper Cottage deck or the new Esper one with Atraxa? I think I like the new Esper one with Atraxa. Your curve's lower. You get to play more so at instant speed. Having 6 good reanimation targets too lets you be more in on the looting plan instead of the Unmarked Grave plan. And not that I hate Unmarked Grave, but I think the looting feels a bit better. You could actually Chalice on 3. Yeah. I'm mostly trying not to dump all of my eggs out here, because it's not like we have a big payoff in our hand right now either. Okay, not the end of the world, but we need a big top deck. We need another Chalice, and then we need payoff. They pitched Violent Outburst. Ultimately, 2 for 2, but a really, really good, unfortunate 2 for 2. Hard to play around Force of Vigor. I think, the first one, you almost always have to tank, unless you're lucky and have your one of Welding Jar. Wow, but we drew Astral Cornucopia, which is just very big news. Okay. Dude, today's been so tough. It's okay, though. Also, we're up a game anyways. I'm even kind of I'm not even sure that they're supposed to force there. Is our win con only Saga? I mean, you take infinite turns, and you could win either with Karn, Ballista, or Saga, or even Coretapper unblockable. Doesn't really matter. Infinite turns is infinite turns. Okay, if we actually just draw one more land, we're gonna be in good shape to take some turns. But yeah, the real win con is infinite turns with Magistrate Scepter. If you remove 3 charge counters from it, you take an extra turn. Opponent's stuck on 2 lands. You want to put it on the Power Conduit here, so if this gets removed, you still have some counters to move around with Power Conduit. We drew the land. This would be awesome to beat Force of Vigor, Force of Negation. Obviously, they're stumbling, but sometimes you stumble. So we can put 2 counters on here for 0 mana. We could take a turn here, but I think I'd rather try to keep my Coretapper around, because to take a turn, we'd have to sack the Coretapper. Off the Calibrated Blast deck, yeah. We had a lot of, again... we had the Obosh experience of a lot of, Mana Flood into stuck on 2 lands, draw 3 drop, draw 3 drop, draw 3 drop. Is just... very often the Obosh experience. But it's stuck on 2 lands, though. You know, the hard thing about Rhinos is, like, it's hard to beat the 0-minute interaction plus fast pressure, but sometimes they only have the fast pressure, and sometimes they only have the 0-minute interaction, and then you can win sometimes. Am I still up on Domain Blast? I kind of went on, like, a little bit of a losing streak with it, honestly. I'm not like, low on it, necessarily. Let's go, dude. This does nothing. Take a turn. And then I can copy my Coretapper with Mycosynth Gardens to just be infinite. Or effectively infinite. Like, 6 turns, basically, stocked up. With a Saga. Take it off the Caverns first. Could also, it doesn't really matter. Could also Surge Node. Seems fine. Could be. I think we're not truly infinite, but we can't lose. This is just too much. Too many counters. We even it is actually infinite because we have Saga. Because Saga gives us a counter every single turn that we get to take off and put on the Scepter every single turn. So yeah, it is actually infinite. And you know, we're just making Saga tokens. Cool. Feels great. Feels great. We definitely drew very well also to play through the forces, but I say this every time I play this deck. This deck is really powerful. This is a really, really powerful deck. It just also happens to be in a format with Force of Vigor. Spell again the triple Scepter. Only 3 Scepters in the main. Could keep this one though. I guess we put back second Power Conduit. It's either that or one of the big payoffs. I think I'll just put back second Power Conduit. It's obviously really bad if they have Spell Pierce or Discard Spell. We can draw out of it, maybe. I feel like Force of Vigor's been on downswing. Maybe. I feel like when I play against Artifact decks, I sure play against a lot of disenchant effects. But maybe that's just like some confirmation bias or something. Yeah, they're playing 62 cards over there. They're maybe an Omnath deck. Try brewing Brought Back with Scape Shift. Cool, that both ramps to 7. I mean, it's just kind of tough to play Brought Back in a deck that's not base white, because you really, it's hard to go like Fetch Shock, Brought Back, and then you have 2 more fetches in play, which are going to deal you at least 1 damage, and so that's just like 8 damage right there. You didn't make a play on turn 1. Yeah, so I don't think the mana really works. Say reason for Narset Days Undoing. I mean, Narset Days Undoing is playable. Like, there was a while where, like, I don't know, blue-white control players, they're just like, oh, this deck did it well in the tournament. This is now the way to build the deck. And that was, like, how it was with Narset Days Undoing for a while, and, it is totally viable to play that combo. It looks like a counterspell up. I'm jamming them. Oh boy. Always love to see a key on top. Probably leave the Ancient Stirrings here. WTF, they go with 4 months, we're doing well. Thoughts of playing Monumental Facade. It lets you oil up your dudes. Wow. As sexy as Coretapper might look all oiled up, I don't see really any reason to put oil counters on your creatures besides like moving them around with Power Conduit. If it put charge counters, we'd be playing 4. It also doesn't make green mana ever, but if it made green mana, we could be playing it. Entering with 2 counters is good for Power Conduit, but like Ice Bridge can make green for Stirrings, which is also really relevant, right? I guess I need to untap this now so that I could use this green for Ancient Stirrings. Almost definitely gonna win this turn though. Am I getting a key? I think I'm getting a key. Maybe not. I probably should have like tapped the Scepter, the Forge first. Yeah, but let me actually get the Paradox Engine. Yeah, I guess I should have got a key. Or I shouldn't have. I just shouldn't have used the Karn when I did. Was really my mistake. That's okay. We're still super ahead. Yeah, we found the key, but we unfortunately are a little bit short of. Oh, perfect, 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 perfect. I guess I could have taken the other thing though. So now I get to go counters here. Untap the Everflowing Chalice. Put a counter on the Chalice peeling off of Karn. 5 mana Paradox Engine with 1 floating. To cast this Surge Node, untap everything. I love this deck. I'm just always having a good time playing 8 key. Oh, I guess I should have. It doesn't really matter. We basically have infinite mana, but I'm gonna, float a lot here. I should have tapped. Again, I'm mostly just like sifting through the deck here. I guess we're probably just gonna Karn for Magistrate, Scepter, or Ballista at this point. It's also just like impossible to brick because we get to untap the Forge over and over again. Yeah, so you do make more mana by like using the keys to untap the chalices each time, but I find that it just is more clicks than it's worth at these points. So I usually just tap these instead. Just make a lot of mana and then we'll set up for Karn Ballista, which we actually have. We just have enough. Urza Saga, not the only win con after all. Omnath matchups are like some of your best matchups, I think. They're just so slow. Probably not sideboarding in this matchup either. You could board an Emrakul to hardcast. I think the matchup's like already really good. It's not really that important. Yeah, the deck is, it takes some reps to play it as quickly as I do for sure. Karn better than Grist? Yeah, maybe a little bit better than Grist in this deck. Hard to say for sure. Okay, so we have our mana batteries, but we don't have a way to put counters on them besides Saga for Power Conduit, which is very slow. I might still keep this in this matchup since this is a really slow matchup, and like being able to play through like sideboard cards pretty well is, I think, kind of enviable here. I didn't bring in Haywire Mite. Okay, but I can put charge counters on the Chalice of the Void with Power Conduit Coretapper to get rid of that. Maybe you should bring in the Mite. Emrakul is for mill. It's you can hardcast it in this deck, but it's still just for the mill matchup, really. I'm just playing second Saga here. Just want to like get the Saga triggers really aggressively in this deck, I find. Why not play a Chalice in 1 there? Oh, I should have played Chalice in 1. I don't know why I forgot that that was just like a legal line. What's up? What are you doing? Esther is blowing up her birthday balloon, or she's sucking in helium.
I'm still, my balloon still had helium in it.
Are you supposed to inhale, like, month-old helium?
I mean, it's just helium.
Okay, I guess so, yeah.
You want some helium?
No.
Please. Chat. I know you guys want helium spike voice.
No, please. Okay, I'll do it.
Please.
I'll do it.
Please
Hold on.
do it.
I have some tape in my hair. I've been playing with tape.
What the fuck? Okay.
This is so chaotic. Immediately, as soon as you walk in, everything's so chaotic.
Okay.
Okay, I think that we're gonna start off here with a Everflowing Chalice on 1, which I forgot to do last turn. Which still gets countered by Chalice of the Void. Damn it, chat, you led me astray! Damn it! It still gets countered by Chalice. Fuck, why wasn't I smart enough to say that last turn?
Dang, you inhaled a lot of helium.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That was a lot.
I don't know how anybody could have, I don't know if people were warning me, but how could anybody have
What
stayed
could I
focused
have
at this
done
moment?
to prevent this? Ah.
Gonna have to keep ticking up this chalice, probably.
That was fun.
Yeah, very fun.
Yeah, these balloons are like a month old.
I
They
know,
still have
right?
helium in them.
Yeah.
There's a helium shortage. We need to preserve the
I
helium.
mean, they've been saying that for a long time. Okay, they exited my surge node. I can get another one off the Saga.
Do you really have to sing cards?
Do I? Oh, you have to sing the card. You have to helium sing the next card. This is your punishment for
Well, it's better
inspiring
if
the
you do
chaos.
it. You need to do it. It's gonna be way more fun.
Nobody here is. Nobody is here for me to watch me.
Yes, they are.
Okay, I'll do it.
What card is it?
The next one. So wait until my next turn. So if they exile my Cornucopia, I can copy with the Gardens. They exile their own Chalice. That's awesome. So are they gonna prismatic iteration? Gonna get rid of 6. What a game. Another Cornucopia. So we're just putting up as many charge counters as we can this turn. I think we're probably supposed to put the first one here, so if they respond, we already have the mana available to us. Oh, sorry. I can get the helium now. I totally forgot.
Wait. I gotta.
Astral Cornucopia!
better than my normal voice. Oh my gosh, it's been like the weirdest day ever.
It was great.
Pretty good.
If only helium wasn't bad for you. Because then we would have Twitch streamers only using helium.
That would be that
would be real bad. I mean, there's voice filters, but it's just
Okay,
not
so
as
hold on.
fun.
Hold on. They're in. They got back ending. Ah, this is gonna be a hard turn.
Okay, bye-bye.
But
We have one more balloon for another time.
they're targeting Surge Note. Okay, awesome. Obviously, like, I don't think making a Saga token is that important here. If they do somehow still have another answer for this Cornucopia, I can copy, but I have another Cornucopia in my hand, so I'm probably not supposed to copy here. Okay, but now because they have to have another Chalice of the Void. Chalice in 0, obviously not that important as long as this Cornucopia stays in play. Of course, immediately drawing another one. That's okay, so let's go get another Surge Node. Counter here. Play out Mystic Forge. You have Counterspell? Okay, not the end of the world. Astral Cornucopia I can play through the Chalice if I need to for some reason. Yeah, we can also put we can put a charge counter on Chalice like we did last time. If we need to. That Rimblem is coming up. I guess it could technically Blast Zone. It's Omnath. Does that do anything against me? I kind of feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think that that card is super relevant against me. I think we can take a turn, right? Saga, yeah, Eldritch Storm doesn't interact with Saga. I'm like 99% sure. Yeah, we're running through our Surge Node counters pretty quickly. We can take a turn. Need to draw like a Power Conduit, Coretapper, Karn, Mystic Forge, Stirrings. There's a Karn. There's a Karn. So we're almost definitely gonna Karn for Mystic Forge here. So why don't we put a counter on the Cornucopia for the extra mana. Still have a key up here. There's another key, so let's go untap. It's like finding a dark ritual. Can't get to this, so let's go ahead and just tap here. Cast the map. Coretapper's a nice pickup. Getting very close to taking a turn. There's a turn. Play this on 0. Just get it off the top of the library. Okay, should be winning the game here. I love this deck. It's just such a... It's just the perfect deck. Usually I don't like to think very much in this spot. I just like to get Paradox Engine, and I think that's going to be my philosophy here. Because I can go like cast Paradox Engine into... I can start using mana to charge counter my Magistrate Scepter the hard way. Maybe I want a little bit more mana here. And even if I like, yeah, it's just we just can't really brick. I think no, Eldritch shouldn't stop Ballista. It's enters with. It wouldn't matter though. I can take infinite turns and attack if I was really that hard pressed, but I should be again very fine here. Another land, it's okay. This deck, I would say, is still like maybe 5% if I'm being very generous to this deck, as difficult to play as blue-white control. So I have a turn floating. It's still Mystic Forge again here, though. I've already activated the Karn. But again, like, I don't need... The 0-drops don't matter at all, either. I know I'm leaving value on the table, but I'm just like trying to more quickly assemble a win here. I kind of want like maybe a little bit more mana. Just not needed to float infinite amounts. Just much faster clicking. Sticking for another Karn. We even still have a turn floating. Remember when I built this deck last year? It wasn't too expensive to put together, at least the pieces I had missing. Saga is your most expensive card. Here's a card. Okay. My opponent's asking if I want to keep playing for content. I ain't that kind of content creator. Please concede into these kind of spots. I appreciate the thought, though. I appreciate the thought. I ain't that kind of content creator. I'm not clipping this and putting it on TikTok, you know? I'm not, I'm just trying to play with my matches. Okay, good hand. Good keep. Usually lead on Power Conduit. Oh, sorry, Surge Node. I mean, Surge Node, Cornucopia, and then turn 2 we go. Counter on Cornucopia, cast Power Conduit, start moving counters over. Ah! Ah! Death Touch for players. Well, I thought we might have had a chance this game. What's my favorite song? I used to be maybe at one point could answer that question. Just, I don't know. I don't think I have one at the moment. Could have played another key. How? Be very specific with how, because I need to understand. Because I didn't think I could. Yeah, I've been. It is scary if they hit Karn. That is definitely the concern. I guess Blood Moon on turn 2 would have been tough too. Cornucopia on 2. Put a counter on it, cast key. How do you Cornucopia on 2? Cornucopia on 2. Put a counter on it, cast key. So because we played it on turn 0, we have to play it on 0 mana. You can't spend 6 mana. 2 Cornucopia. Oh, the second Cornucopia. I see. I don't think you want to do that, but I see what you're saying. I think I tend to think that it's better to get all the counters on one thing, even if it means you're not playing out all of your cards on the same turn. I see what you're saying. But yeah, you're right. Shapes Wrath. I thought you were saying you could get like an extra counter on this and play the key. Okay, I'm just getting a key here also. Get to keeping our Saga is just always so awesome. When I grind a stick of paper, I'd never ever card my Super Orb. Yeah, I feel like you're right. I basically never do it either. You could cut it pretty easy. I feel like as soon as you cut it, like I don't know, against Titan I've done it a few times. It maybe doesn't come up often enough. I grant you that, but I have done enough against Titan for whatever it's worth. Okay, so let's just go play Inventors Fair, make a Saga token, and then hold up the Inventors Fair, because I don't want to expose the Mystic Forge to discard effect. Trying Elemental Vial. Awesome. Yeah, I think that deck's really good. It's very scary against Elesh Norn, though. Hell Essentials Cavern. If you want to cut them for budget reasons, it's fine. The Caverns are really, really good, though. This is like one of the best Cavern decks in Modern. Or Cavern is at its best here. You can like take the counter off it with Power Conduit too. Hey Athena. The dogs are so clingy after they went to the vet yesterday. I finished the stream and both of them were like just immediately flopped on me. They're so cute. Would I play as a budget replacement? In this deck I would play like the rest of the Tendo Ice Bridges and then one Mirrodin's Core. Or second Boseiju. Could play second Boseiju also. Ragavan into Voidwalker. Ragavan into Voidwalker very scary against most combo decks. Thankfully, we're able to be 8 key. Usually like to bring in a Welding Jar over the map in this matchup. Could also cut the Scepter. Map. I know map was like key that game, but it's usually pretty slow. Don't play Gemstone Mines. I would not recommend it at all. What's the combo? So the main combo is getting 3 counters on Magistrate Scepter every turn, taking infinite turns. A lot of times you also end up Karning for Paradox Engine with Mystic Forge in play, just drawing your whole deck, and then taking infinite turns, casting a big Ballista, attacking for a lot. And you have a lot of, you know, mana generation too along the way. But how do you win? It's tough with your infinite turns. You attack, or you attack with Saga tokens, attack with Coretapper, attack with a Karn card, whatever you want. Ballista them. Should be running oof in your dog sideboard from seeing this deck a lot? No. Please don't. Please. Come on. be a pal. Don't play Collector Oof. Just like, be a homie and don't play oof to metagame against 8 key. Listen, your 8 key opponents, they spend all week slaving away in the 8 key factory, just very excited to play F&M, and then you're going to collector oof them game 1? Game 1, you said you're going to collector oof them? Have mercy, please. Actually, I think I'm gonna plan on playing this on 1 next turn. What do you against opposing Karns? You can race Karns, attack them with Saga tokens, or suck it up and lose. Those are your 3 options. Yeah, at the Dice Factory, yeah. Yeah, there aren't that many Karns in Modern, and you can combo kill them before they play Karn against a lot of the decks if you're on the play, and but you're usually gonna lose to that card. you're gonna lose to the Stony Silences and the Oofs. I thought for sure we were getting hit at Sugud here. Thankfully not. Am I supposed to make a Saga token? Maybe. Probably not. They have 7 power. I can set up for 1 more turn, and then I really have to go. Which I probably can, if they have nothing. Oh, they have a Grief in their hand for sure with this pause. Like 100% to have a Grief. Can beat a Grief. They're reading a key. Counter here. Do we just cast Mystic Forge? 7. If I tap this, I'm dead to another Bolt. It's going to be hard to win the game without tapping the Forge or hitting like 1 more card. I'll be dead to another Bolt. It's okay. I think one of the 2 cards is Grieve. Kamal for the 14 months. Thank you. Oh, wow. Karn, the Great Creator. So I can play a bridge. I have too many, I have, too many cards in hand for bridge, though. I may be just forced to get another key. But not yet, right? Because I can go... Ooh, awesome. Oh wait, not that awesome. Hold on. No, wait, this doesn't get the job done. It's so close though. I'm dead. Okay. Next game. Close is close though, just a little short on mana. I have game 3 on the play. I feel like we're maybe supposed to like forge the Karn away. Yeah, I guess we were. Tough game on the play. Okay, this hand is all mana, and it's really all in on this Everflowing Chalice. Although what's nice is we can maybe copy the Everflowing Chalice with Gardens if they have... I guess it only works against targeted disruption though, which kind of stinks. That being said, it should be relatively safe on turn 1. Might actually be better to play the key on turn 1. Because we have double Coretapper. Okay, that can be a payoff. I guess we go Inventors Fair, Coretapper, sack, key, untap, Coretapper. You may now cast a Thoughtseize opponent. I say 7 judge calls on 1 event later rounds. There's always a judge near my table. That's funny. What are the judge calls for? Do you have any examples? Nice grief. Imagine still having spells in your hand by turn 2. Not in this format. Literal. Why are people complaining about grief? It's literally a 0 for 2. That being said, we need to try to do something this turn, or we're getting hit suited. Okay, so we can go Surge Node, counter on Everflowing Chalice, 9 mana with Chalice Key, which is enough for Inventors Fair plus Inventors Fair for Forge, play Inventors Fair, which will help me play against Hitotsugu. Oh yeah, I was gonna step up the Conduit Saga. Makes sense. A lot going on, huh? Yeah, so obviously Hitotsugu would hit it suck. Oh, I don't know. It'd be bad. Yeah, they always have it. I can peel a counter from here. Hold on. Activate this, target this, peel a counter from the Chalice, just so I have 1 more counter able to move around. But with the Mystic Forge in play, we are able to rebuild, hopefully. You know what? I might actually want to take that Saga off the Stirrings, so let me cast the Stirrings here. Oh, now I found a Cornucopia, so we're definitely taking that instead. Have a Saga on top. Which I think I'll just be happy enough to draw. Only 3 cards. Really firing on all cylinders, huh? I haven't seen a 0 for 2 grief for the longest time. Okay. Tap this. We go Saga, move counter, Scepter. Yeah, I agree. I there's really no deck in Modern that you feel smarter than playing this deck. Yeah, no counters on Saga, not dead. Is it supposed to work that way? I don't know. It is supposed to work that way. I don't know. I think it's Sagas need chapters, not counters. They need chapters. What do you get from chapters? You get counters. Does it make any sense? Not really. Okay, Explosives on 2 is fine. I think I needed those power conduits. Dude, we're fighting through Voidwalker, Grief, Hitotsugu, Explosives. Game 1 we fought through, or I guess we fought through a lot today. We fought through every form of hate you could possibly imagine. What are the 4 new? Yeah, the 4 new keys are the Mycosynth Gardens, but it's really clickbait though. Dude, we're straight up gonna win this turn. It's just straight up gonna win. I guess maybe I could put the counters on the Scepter and take it a turn, huh? But then I wouldn't be sifting through my deck like this. Alright, GG. Once you get the hang of it, you know, you can play as fast as I do. Take you a little time to get here, though. Let's go ahead and put a charge counter here. Taking more time. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm taking a little bit more time here to get the value because I don't just have enough resources. Well, I do have enough, but not enough to ignore everything like usual. But as soon as I get this extra turn floating, I will be not going through as many clicks. Okay, extra turn. Forge, key. I guess I can actually just go ahead and play this on 18. Which will make clicking very easy. So I already have a turn floating. Don't really need to waste time making more turns. We'll just find a Karn. There we go. Remember my opponent explosives to me last turn? Mystic Forge is a hell of a card. Opponent not conceding. Gotta make sure I get the content, huh? Wait, why can't I save targets? Gotta give me the GG. Is it because they're F6 that I can't save targets? That might be it. Card for a Mite, attack 17 times with a blockable. I'm not that masochistic. We are on the draw. Did very well. Oh, we're up as a good Obosh deck. Interesting, interesting. Put it down to Mold 6. Hopefully, they probably have like 4 Shattering Sprees. What does it lose to, like Prowess? It loses to hate cards. It can beat anything else. It won't always beat everything else, but it can beat anything else. Oh, they're the Mardu Obosh deck. You can lose. I mean, Prowess is a good deck. You can get aggro down. See if they have the turn 2 Blood Moon on the play. I don't think their deck plays 4 Blood Moons. I could be misremembering the number. They have some good draws, even if they do have the Blood Moon here, but we may be kind of stuck in the water. We'll see what they have. Hopefully it's just like Fable or Spyro. The Pending? Oh, cycle that dragon. No, they're doing something else. They're marching the key. Okay, they should have marched this instead, but they don't know. Okay, I guess we're making a Saga token. Okay, they have a bolt, it's fine. Is March Saga better for them? Oh yeah, they picked the worst target. They picked the worst target. Oh, they're getting the keys out of my deck. I only have 7 keys of the deck. Thankfully we have the gardens to copy, huh? They bounced the Everflowing Chalice, which is fine. Oh, thankfully we found a key. Okay, so I go 0, charge counter. I think we just 1 charge counter? Or is 0, I think 0 charge counter is better because I get to also play a key. Oh, I messed it up, actually. Sorry. I don't get to put 2 counters on this. It's okay. I get to play 2 keys instead. Not that different. We'll see how many more main deck ways they have to interact with artifacts they have in their hand. Also, if they hit a Karn with Ragavan, which I'm not asking them to do, we're pretty screwed. Yeah, it just kind of habit to untap the Chalice first. Yeah, these are the kind of draws you lose to, where they just have, you know, March and Prismatic Ending and Teferi with Ragavan on the play. They target the Surge node. Obosh in the hand. Alright, well, you need another way to put counters on a permanent. If we draw one of those this turn, we're going to be okay. So, Surge node, Coretapper, Power Conduit. And so we play map, don't have enough mana to sack it. Okay, y'all, please, why are we debating ethics in the chat? What's up, guys? Golly. There's just not the place, y'all. Needed that Surge node. Although the Fairy sitting up for another bounce is pretty tough. We're also... Oh, there's a Coretapper. Yeah, if we had 1 more mana, we could start to do some things. Tough game. Tough game. I mean, pro tip, don't debate anybody in a freaking Magic the Gathering chat. It's like, literally, you're just saying, hey, let's argue today. Let's just fucking argue today. It's just not the place, yo. It's just not the place. And even just saying, hey, Spike, here's an ethics question. It's just, hey, I feel like arguing right now, which is just not putting the right energy to the chat, in my opinion. Right. Magus, 9 months, thank you. Well, I was really hoping to find a mana battery off the Stirrings. We could have found one off the Saga, but now they're Alpine Moon. I think I'm taking Blast Zone. Weird. Chalice checking Walmart. Okay, Chalice checking Walmart. It's pretty funny. Thank you, Magus, for the 9 months. We're really hoping to draw a mana battery. Definitely seems like a tough matchup. Not too many Prismatic Ending decks in Modern at the moment. We can't just like Scepter though next turn and start putting counters on it. It's gonna be kind of slow. Has Gardens been good? It's been good. It's been good enough in the deck. I think that it's like definitely a land you want to play in this shell. I have a hard time imagining that I would register this deck without it. Does it meaningfully contribute to your like overall win rate? I don't know that I could say it's a huge difference. You're still like just, you know, these are the kind of games you lose, and you're still like winning. You're still winning, you know, a lot of the games your opponent doesn't have like just multiple pieces of interaction. Although today we were able to beat like Force of Vigor plus Force of Negation. We were able to beat Hidetsugu plus Chalice or Explosives. And if they don't have too much more, we could of course get through here. This like Boros Obosh deck is... Wait, what? Oh, so I thought that this turned off Obosh for a second. It's a cool deck. A lot of ways you can play it. If we draw a non-Saga land for Mystic Forge, I could see still being in this game, or a Mana Battery. So we just draw another Scepter, and the pain continues. This is the only deck so far to actually execute the game plan of Disruption and Pressure. Well, our Rakdos opponent did have like Disruption plus Pressure, just wasn't enough. Our Rhino's opponent did like either had Pressure or Disruption, but not both. What was the other matchup? Can't remember the other matchup. Right. Still alive. Alright, well, I'm casting Mystic Forge. We'll definitely just, yeah, tap any card looking for 0-drop. Oh yeah, Omnath. Yeah, they had Disruption, no Pressure. No, but our Rakdos opponents had like had Disruption and Pressure, were able to win. Although it's also true, we did draw like above average for sure. For sure. I mean, my opponents use Brother's Hood, Prismatic Ending, Wear Tear. Oh, they hit Karn. Wait, how did they hit Karn? No, sorry, they didn't. They hit Key. I'm like, it wasn't a Key in the top card. I just saw the card. I'm like, no. But that's not what happened. Okay, thankfully it's not what happened. That would have been so sad. Okay, we could Blast Zone on 1 here. Seems okay. I'm not sure that it's better than playing out Conduit Key. We also just go like Karn plus. Yeah, I think I like Karn plus. It's kind of weird. Turns off like 2 of their mana, or if they dash Ragavan, 2 of their mana. If they Ragavan me, they Boseiju. They might not be able to kill the Karn. Ragavan should have eaten the gemstones instead of forging itself. Well, we really need a mana battery so badly that like I think that the upside of tapping the forge and finding a chalice or cornucopia to play there is worth it, even though they could like sometimes hit a Karn or hit a relevant card, which is really only Karn, right? We have to take the high upside line. Please cast the stupid dragon. What situation did you leave them top card for dash Ragavan, if any? I think this is an example. It just kind of depends. It's something to think about in general, I suppose. Fury's so good here. That gives them lethal next turn, too. I guess we have Blast Zone to go to 1, or go to 2, rather. They can cast. I mean, that's counting the Ragavan, but they can cast it this turn if they want. We do have the Blast Zone. Let's see what we draw. Well, I guess that was kind of bad to play this into the Blast Zone on 1. Although, I don't know. It's like, we're going to 2. We're going to 1 now because we tapped this. But we have, like, almost no outs, right? Like, what could we even draw? We'd have to draw just so perfectly. We would have to draw so perfectly. But I'm still standing. And they also have to have nothing. And that's not nothing. Let's go to match 5. Just bounce the Forge and we're dead. You get a 4-1 prediction though. Yeah, the Prismatic Ending matchups are honestly like the scariest. At least game 1. And then like sideboard Rhinos is really scary too because they have Force of Vigor and Negation and sometimes Binding. Oh, we're up against Dingo. Could keep this with like almost any land. Wonder what Dingo's playing. We don't have a way to put counters. So we do have a way to put counters, but we don't have a source of counters. We have a lot of top decks that let us go off to the races here. Notably, if Gardens was a source of counters instead of a Gardens, it would be a bit better here. It's the first time that's really been the case. Yeah, me and Caleb D have the same birthday. I forgot about that. Just on Scam today. Well, we did beat Scam earlier, but we weren't up against the Scam expert Dingo. And we had a slightly better hand, too. The 4th Power Conduit is the top card. It's funny. Okay, turn 2 Spyro. Some good draws here. Some bad ones. That's a good one. It's a really, really good one. So we do need to fade, or we're going to hope to fade a discard spell. And also fade Karn. Voidwalker's fine. Voidwalker's fine. Alright, good chance to win here, actually. They have 6 plus 5, so we even can maybe, if they don't have a bolt, we can tank another attack. Charging up the Cornucopia. Coretapper, huh? Why not Surge Node on the Corn? Surge Node on the Corn before casting second Conduit? Should have, but I don't think it did change anything. I should have, though. Ugh, there's a key underneath. That was, like, the only card that, like, I should have tapped here. Obviously, we don't know. I think the ability to, like, block sack, and then they need 2 things here. I'm not dead to just 1 removal spell. They need, like, removal spell plus bolts. I think that makes this the best line. Grief, Pitch, Feign Death. My hand is they'll take the Stirrings, but my hand isn't like really relevant. But if I had Karn in my hand, this is a really good line. Okay, Spyro. We're in really good shape. Worse shape now. Dead. Well. Oh, hold on. Not dead. It's quite the line. And it's not a line that's very likely to like put me in a winning position. But I can copy the Forge, untap the Forge, get a new card. 3 lands in a row, rough. It's a fun line, though. Fun line. Wait, I could have just copied the key. No, I can't copy the... Can I copy the key? Wait, yeah, why didn't I just key untap Forge? Dude, what am I thinking? It didn't matter, it didn't matter. Actually. I don't know why I didn't just key untap Forge. It's just an obvious line. It's like a common line too. It was just like the first thing I saw. I was like, let's do it. With the third, it would have put me in much better shape though. I would have had like 8 more mana though. Oops. Can't really mulligan like Saga Power Conduit against Rakdos, I think, especially with like redundancy. So if they have Thoughtseize, we're so good. Although if they have Scam, we're less good. We can get a mana battery off the Saga on turn 3. So unless they have Ragavan into Blood Moon, we get the Chalice before they Blood Moon. Could play the other Saga now. I'm not sure if it's better or not. It's like a little. It's way like we just immediately lose to Blood Moon. We probably can't beat Blood Moon this game anyways. No, I don't take infinite turns. If it's just Grief Scam, we can beat that. Not super duper easy, but easy enough maybe. If it's more, we're gonna have a harder time. So we get Everflowing Chalice. Then I think we just play Saga, make a token. Just on the token plan for now. Definitely, I need to Surge Node the Everflowing Chalice before I do that. Huh. Guess it's content creation day, huh? We get to gain a life and lose a life. I guess I should maybe have stirrings before all this. I think it's fine. Do I attack? I think I don't attack. Not this turn. We can make 2 more Saga tokens here. Should have sourced up some bad matchups and scam. Could you be more specific? Like an example of a matchup, maybe. Oh, this is my draw step? Fuck. Okay. This is not really that different. I just lose a Saga. Keep a Saga. 4 color with Elishnorn. I feel like this card's terrible against 4 color. It's like a 4 mana creature against a deck full of removal. Maybe I'm wrong. They also don't have that many things that say draw a card on it. Yeah, I could keep Conduit, but I'm just okay losing a Saga is why I didn't. Okay, so we get to take a turn. Gives you an out to Elishnorn, which otherwise breaks your entire deck barring Terminate. I mean, I don't know. Is it saying that Shielders and out to Terminate is weird? Shielders and out to Elishnorn is weird to me, but maybe it is. I don't know. You also have like 3 Terminates, but I wouldn't say that it's a bad card in the matchup. I would agree that it's probably not a bad card in the matchup. I mean, definitely keep this and pitch Chalice to Caverns. Tap lands. Pretty good start, huh? Oh, close one. Ooh, Coretapper. Yeah, I mean, if I could just power out a Mystic Forge next turn, that's pretty good against my opponent, like having Hitotsugu or explosives. Am I always swapping Scepter for Jar in every matchup, or Jar for map? Not every matchup, just matchups that have Destruction post board. Explosives on 2, let's go. Love to see that. Do you think I am... Oh, I could also put a charge counter on the explosives. That's a fun line. That's such a fun line. Let's take it against Dingo. It's maybe not as good as getting the Forge in play, but like, I get to like just poke a little psychic damage, poke a little psychic damage against Dingo. What can you say? And I'm also like still not like super bad against Hidetsugu. I still have Saga, Power Conduit, Coretapper. If they have Discard Spell, I can make some Saga tokens. Yeah, I agree. Gardens is like much worse in this deck than it is with like Lion's Eye Diamond and Amulet, but I still think it's a good addition. I've been like relatively happy with it, and it's not a huge thing. Yeah, you definitely bring in EE. You mostly want to EE on 0 though. A lot of people like overfocus on the Power Conduit, but Power Conduit without the. Although here, because I have Saga, like it does make more sense. Yeah, we just put an extra counter on Dingo's explosive. Because it was just too cute of a line. I can't help myself. Okay, they do have the discard spell, so we're kind of punished for this line, but that's okay. We're still making Saga tokens. We can get Expedition map off Saga to find another Mystic Forge. One of the least scary griefs you've ever seen. Are we really punished? I think so. Oh, now we're super punished. I think it's fine, actually. We just get another one off the Saga. Yeah, so let's go. Get our Everflowing Chalice number 2. Counter. Make a Saga token, I think, is better than... Yeah, I think making a Saga token is better than... playing the second Power Conduit here. It's so weird to like just have Coretapper be in play against Rakdos. This like never happens. Couldn't she have sacked out counters to it? I could have. I don't want to. Let's keep the Coretapper. Okay, so now we get Expedition map. Oh, I boarded out the map for the jar. So do I get the jar? I guess we get the jar. Okay, so we have the second Saga token up to double block the grief. Excuse me. A little bit soft to hit Hidetsugu. Yeah, so you don't really I don't know. Like you can play 2 out at the same time, but you want to get a lot of counters on one mana battery instead of like spreading them out. You want because it's better for your keys. Okay, ding ding, we win. Kind of imagine that Dingo will just like snap concede to Karn. We could find out. Down to keep playing. It says GG's to Dingo. Awesome. So 4-1. Meeting our friend along the way. Love this deck. Still love this deck. We didn't Gardens very often in this league. I don't think I'm going to play another league super soon. But I do think Gardens is a big addition to one of my favorite decks ever. Or, sorry, small, but, you know, good addition to one of my favorite decks ever. And my head is still aching, so I think I'm not going to start another league or start Dark Souls right now. If my headache improves...